Let's jump into it, man. We will be starting out with our sixth man of the year.
Y'all over here going with the white boy. All right.
The white boy that had
cute
50
on the
in a
screen.
game this year? That's the white boy you talking about? He ain't
That
hit
white,
50?
Peyton
that
Pritchard.
that white
Yes.
boy, that white boy is playing on the most stacked team in the league.
He hit 50 on a
He's
stack.
contributing though, Nick.
Lou, is he even a top 5 player on the team?
He hit 50
He's the
this year,
sixth
bro. Where
man.
you at?
Six man.
He the sixth man. What is you
He's
talking
trying to
about?
be top 5. That's why he the sixth man.
The sixth man is usually, you could say he's arguably could be a starter, right?
He can
That's a-
arguably be a starter.
He would
not
be a
for his own
starter.
team. He can't. He's not even. He can't arguably be a starter of his own
He
team.
would be a starter.
If Drew Holiday
most of the
wanted to retire, they wouldn't lose a beat with Peyton Pritchard starting.
right.
The fact that you say that he can't beat out Drew Holiday today to be a
Not
starter,
many players can.
all the more reason why I say fuck him. You know what I'm saying? But I get why y'all say that. But
Nick, you're not making no sense.
I'm not saying he trash. I'm just saying, bro, like he played on the most stacked team. He get the biggest openings to shoot and all the other shit. All right, whatever. Give me Malik Beasley. You know what I'm saying? From Detroit. Shout out to Bees Pistons. He's been balling this year. He held it down when they had a lot of injuries earlier this season too. So I think he deserves his flowers for that. And I'm showing more love to Detroit than I should. This is the last thing you'll hear me say about him. So moving forward.
That's not bad. I think that's a good one. I'm not mad at that. Peyton Pritchard has been playing really, really well. Like he's definitely been good, and that 50-pointer was nice. I went with Ty Jerome. I thought that it was a fluke and wouldn't last, but I watched him, man. He be out there. He be contributing for real. So I went with him as my sixth man of the year, but as opposed to Peyton Pritchard. Not for similar reasons of Nick, but I to a certain degree I get what Nick is saying. But there was a time Peyton Pritchard couldn't even get on the court, when
Not this
Udoka was
season.
there. I know, and it shows he's put in a lot of work and he actually contributes, and they trust him a little bit more. So, but I feel like Ty Jerome made more of a difference for Cleveland and more of an impact on Cleveland because there is no Jason Tatum or
Jaylen Brown.
Or
Or Kristaps Porzingis or Drew Holiday or Al Horford.
Yeah, so that's what I got. So there we go. Sixth Man of the Year award. That's who we have. We're moving on to our Rookie of the Year award.
This should be a sweep.
Yeah, apparently it is. Everybody went with Castle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
the one thing I am worried about the Spurs, again, we don't know what the status of Pop is. And on top of that, that has heavily to do with what could happen in the draft as far as, where Cooper could end up if he chooses to come out. I don't know what the Spurs team looks like, Ken, with a new head coach, like maybe not Mike Budenholzer, but Mike Malone. Maybe he'll, step up for this team or if they need him, but I don't know. I'm worried about the Spurs moving forward as far as their leadership, but he balled out this year. He did his thing.
They've had the rookie of the year the last 2 years, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm not worried is because the foundation of the Spurs has been set. And even if Pop is not an integral part of that, RC Buford moving forward will be. And I think that they have a culture a lot like the Heat of hard-nosed coaching basketball in front office. And somebody that just got let go that I think will be a perfect shoe-in there, Mike Malone. You bring him in there, you know what I'm saying? Like those players and that culture is already used to a guy talking some stuff to get the best out of you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about the coaching because I think that there are guys that if they do replace Pop, that you can get something very similar. But again, prayers up to Pop and speedy recovery.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the Rookie of the Year. Moving on to the defensive player of the year. Let me make sure I got that right in my lineup. Yes, that is Nets. All right.
Interesting.
Okay. 2 Draymonds.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got, FIFO? Who is that?
Isaiah Joe from OKC. The best defender on the best defensive team. He has the best individual defensive rating in the NBA.
Okay.
I got Evan Mobley. He just anchored
He's
that.
he's the favorite.
He is.
That's a good pick. Mobley's a good pick.
Shelton, no, like you
Nah,
go off the cheating rankings that they got on the last time.
I did not.
Crazy, bro.
Nah, he from what I saw, he
This
wasn't
is
the
like
favorite.
a Swift take. This is like, oh, he's top running back, top rushing yards. He's top 5. Yeah.
Nah, he just was the best defender on the team that looked outstanding most of the year. That's what I saw from him. That Cleveland team, we talk about defense, we talk about them. So that's why I picked him. He's not the favorite though.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. Isaiah Joe
he
is.
is.
No, I'm saying betting wise, he's like,
Betting wise, Isaiah Joe is.
Vegas is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is he?
It's Googleable.
It is.
I thought betting wise, Mobley had the lead.
Yeah, I went with the man. I can't ever say his name. The Thompson twin. I like him. He's kind of that glue guy FIFO used to talk about, man. But he really fits into his role. With steals and just kind of a bit of an anchor on that team. And yeah, man. So I went with him. I went with Amen. Is it Amen? You really say like Amen? Like
I think you do say it. Yeah, I think you say like
Amen.
Amen. Okay.
Yeah. Draymond is the leader of the odds now.
Yeah, he talked himself into that. Just like he said they're gonna win a
Draymond?
championship. They're gonna win a championship this year
Draymond
too.
is odds on favorites.
Is that what that mean though? He's negative 450, and then Evan Mobley is plus 350.
Yes, that means Draymond is leading.
Gotcha.
Warriors on an 18-5 run. All right. That's our defensive of the player of the year picks. Moving on to coach of the year. Curious to see this. Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Ime. I'm not mad at Ime at all. What he's been able to do with that young core, it's what Ime does. It's, again, a staple of what the byproduct of what the San Antonio Spurs have done and what the legacy left in Boston. And now he's bringing that whole coaching style over there in Houston. So now I like it. I respect it. But I agree with Shelton, obviously. JB Bickerstaff, man. You tripled your wins, and that's never been done in the history of the NBA. That has to be coach of the year.
You keep saying that like they had like they had shitty records.
but this was but that's the thing though, Nick. Both these teams, this was really tough for me because I see both sides of it. But like I said, what JB did with this team, nobody expected Detroit to be even thinking about the playoffs. You think about them scraping the bottom of the barrel, but here we are talking about them as a force beating the Knicks in the first round. So you got to give it to them.
Y'all talking about it. I don't see nobody else talking about it, but I'm gonna give it to Ime just because, bro, he overachieved. Like, this is probably the greatest or one of the best years for like coach of the year nominations because you can make a case for a lot of guys, but I'm giving it Ime to lock up the number 2 seed with Houston when a few years ago we were thinking about this as the most irrelevant team in the league just because they just after the Harden era they just were just a lottery pick team and we didn't give a fuck about them. But yeah, he's made them very relevant. I hope they get KD in the summertime so they can win the title next season.
They should be co-MVP. I mean, coach of the years.
Yeah, there's no wrong choice between those two.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on, man. We are now at the most valuable player of the year. Who do we got?
Did we do most improved?
Nope.
Yeah, we better do it right now. And that's why Ken wanted to move on because he didn't turn his in.
Oh, shit. I didn't see it on the list.
I did. I was the one that said it.
No, I see 6 man of the year. I'm looking at the outline of the show in Notion, and I didn't see coach of the year.
You mean most improved?
I didn't see most improved. Yep.
So
I was
Huh?
Who was them dudes y'all got?
Mine should have been on there because I'm the one that said it. I said it at first.
Who you got? Who you got it? Okay, Zubac. I got Quentin. What the fuck his name is?
Grimes.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes. Sorry, he used to be for the Knicks, but he been traded around a few times, but he seems like he found a home in Philly because he's been balling with Philly. At least as far as improving from last season and basically since his rookie season till now. I hope Philly keeps him. And I heard about your guy FIFA earlier today as far as he has the odds for being the best defensive player of the year too.
Dyson Daniels as a defensive player?
Yeah, because he
was up there.
Yeah, he's in the odds. Yeah,
I think he leading in steals or something like that. He's up there.
The Hawks. The reason why I picked him as most improved, I knew he was good defender, but I didn't know he was up there for defensive player of the year. But I was looking more so at his offensive stats. I think his rookie year, which was last year, he averaged like 4 or 5 points, and this year he's all the way up to almost 15 points a game. So that's a huge increase in the NBA from year 1 to year 2. And then his efficiency as well. So now he's a really good all-around player, and sky's the limit. But I don't know if his timeline aligns with Trae Young and the Hawks, but that's a whole nother conversation. But Dyson Daniels is my pick for most improved.
I got Zubac because he's averaging 17 and 12. That's crazy. For him coming from where he came from, being a backup to a team that's in the playoffs.
I got K because I think he made the step up to like. Is he? Well, people knew he was good. He made a step up from good to consistently good, consistently being an all-star. I think this is a big leap for him this season, and he's gonna have the Pistons on his back for a long time, as far as like leading that franchise to wins and playoff victories and playoff runs.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen this season, but I hear you.
I got no one. So yeah, we can move on. And I see where I messed up, but I messed up overall, all around this week. But anyway, so there you have it. So now we're finally there. MVP.
Sheldon?
Damn, FIFO.
I turned mine in. I did.
You must have had somebody ridiculous.
Nah,
you had him beat.
Nah, I had Joker.
Is Sha gonna win it this year? I seen there's been a late push for Joker.
I had
Sha gonna win it because it's a new story. Like, the media love telling new stories. Like, he gonna win it. OKC #1. Joker's story been told before. They not gonna give it to him.
The only thing is, the only reason I say they're gonna give it to Joker now is because he's the first center to average a triple-double. For him to get that mark, hit that mark, that's gonna mean something for him. Doing
Russell
that.
Westbrook did that.
No.
I know he wasn't
center.
I know he wasn't a center. I know he wasn't a center, but he did like the triple-double average for a season thing. Shea did something different this year. A brand new team, brand new faces, a brand new story to tell going into the playoffs. He's gonna, just because of how the media works, he's gonna win it. Not saying he didn't deserve it, he did, but they want a new story to tell.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the media narrative of Shea getting it because they love telling new stories. But I agree with Kenyon Martin when he said that, you know, when we look 10, 15 years from now, we look at the numbers that Joker put up. Are we really messing with the history of the NBA by not giving it to somebody that has done things that have never been done before? You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason why, for me, not Kenyon swaying me at all or anything like that, but just the numbers that Joker put up. I've come on this program and talked about it. Like, what Joker is doing, we've never seen done before. You know what I'm saying? By a player at his position. And again, not taking anything away from Shea, because Shea is great, but what Joker is doing, we're not going to see another guy do that. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you can't mess with the history of the game. You got to give it to Joker. Joker's been the better player this year, in my opinion.
Okay.
Well, Memphis can't buy a bucket right now. Playoff Jimmy going crazy, Ken.
That's their issue, Nick.
I try to tell you.
That's Memphis' issue. If Ja ain't scoring, because Jaren Jackson is he's a recipient scorer. right? Like he's not getting his own bucket. The light-skinned Desmond Bain guy, he's a recipient scorer. He's not a get your bucket scorer. Ja's the only one, and that's an issue. When it comes into playoffs, you need guys that can go get buckets, and they don't have enough of them.
Man,
I agree with you, FIFO. This on Bane. Like Bane got to be a better scorer on his own, and like he's just a spot up dude. And if I'm paying you this much money, bro, I need you to hit buckets right now. Like when Ja's on the bench, when they going on a run, and he can't. Like I've been watching, he ain't hitting shit. So
Recipient scorer.
I was gonna say, JJ Triple J ain't got no post game. Like,
Nah,
I don't even know how. I don't even know how
he's
he-
elite.
defensive player. He's an elite defensive player. I wouldn't put the blame on him. Bane is like, bro, catch and shoot, making that much money. Like, nah, bro, you got to put the ball on the floor and make something happen.
It's still early though. It's only first quarter, but like,
Yeah, it's early.
It's getting ugly right now.
I'm not saying this particular player, but this type of player is what they need. They need a Paul George type player. 6'8", prototypical NBA size, can get his own bucket, can play off the ball when Ja's on the court, can give him the ball and go get buckets, can guard multiple positions. That's what they're missing. They get a guy like that, Memphis is a title contender, but they don't have it.
So if Golden State wins,
They'll face Houston. Whoever wins this game
Oh.
face Houston.
yeah,
That's their best. Yeah, that's their best route to doing anything.
yeah,
Okay.
all right. So all right,
Well,
well,
if they get knocked out by shit, you already know, Ken. I'm rooting for Ime all the way. That's it.
all right. Well, that does it, man. Those are our individual